Some abandoned places feel haunted because of what time did to them. But Forest Haven? It was haunted long before the walls began to rot. This was a place where hope died, and the patience soon followed. If you ever find yourself near Laurel, Maryland, look toward the trees. Hidden on 250 acres is one of the most disturbing abandoned complexes in the United States, Forest Haven Asylum, a place once built for healing, but remembered only for suffering. Forest Haven opened in 1925 as a shining example of progress. Children with disabilities, mental illness, and developmental challenges were promised job training, community, and dignity. And for a few decades, that dream was real. But then the money dried up. By the 1960s, the recreational programs disappeared. The trained staff were replaced with anyone willing to work for a paycheck. And as neglect turned into frustration, frustration turned into cruelty. Doctors stopped caring, nurses stopped watching, and patients began dying. Some from starvation, some from untreated infections, some from outright abuse. Every body was slid through the basement morgue, then taken to a quiet field nearby, buried in shallow, unmarked graves. No names, no markers, just hundreds of forgotten souls. One federal report even suggested medical experimentation on the most vulnerable patients in the final years. Forest Haven finally closed in 1991, but the dead were never at rest. Today, the buildings stand in ruin. Peeling paint, collapsing hallways, children's toys frozen in time. A lone memorial stone sits in a field where hundreds were dumped anonymously. And when storms roll through, people claim the earth shifts enough to expose bones from the shallow graves below. Locals say if you listen at dusk, you can hear footsteps in the empty halls, and names whispered that were never written on any grave. And honestly, with places like Forest Haven, horror movies don't need to build sets.